Haiti is not the easiest place on earth to live. The first house that we lived in when we were young, married, and I was pregnant there, it had no running water. There was an outhouse, and it was rough. But when you're in your 20s, you can do anything. And I actually had a baby in that house. Our second son, Paul, was born there. The day that he was born, it began to rain. It was the break in a drought. And I knew when the rain came that now God was going to let me go into labor, because I knew that God would not require me to have a child without water in the house. And I had an American nurse delivered my baby, and I had him at home, and it was a great experience. It was a wonderful experience. And that house was very primitive. It didn't have a kitchen. It didn't have a kitchen sink. It didn't have cupboards. It didn't have a stove. It didn't have a refrigerator. I cried when I first walked in the house. I said, "Where is the kitchen?" And in those days, they didn't build houses with kitchens, because that is the work of a servant. So why would the lady of the house want to be in the kitchen? But as an American, of course, I wanted to be in my own kitchen. We lived in that house for 5 years. Polly was born in that house. Then we moved up the street 3 houses up to a brand new house, very modern, built by Haitians that were living in New York. And it had a fantastic kitchen. There were 5 bedrooms with closets in all the bedrooms, which was a big deal for me to have closets in the house. And there I had our last child, Michael. He was born at home. I had asked 7 American nurses if they would please deliver my baby at home. None of them wanted to commit to such a responsibility. So I prayed about it. I told God, I said, "I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll go to the States. I'll go to the hospital here. I'll do whatever you want." And the Lord spoke to me and He said, "I will be your physician." So my husband delivered our last child together. Michael was born at home, and my husband Joel delivered him. And the grace of God is sufficient.